Today, I'm going to show you how I make electronic music gear videos in 2023. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shoutout goes to Tim Hazeldine. Focus camera. Anyway, thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. January and February are usually pretty rough for content creators. Rough months indeed. Views are typically at their lowest for the entire year, and a lot of time this is when, for some reason, the YouTube algorithm seems to filter in some of the strangest and rudest comments, like this gem right here made me laugh pretty hard. Also, just a whole bunch of comments that are incredibly off-topic for some reason. I'm not exactly sure how it happens, but without fail now, this is my, fourth January and February, and some of these comments really that get through make me wondering, why do I make YouTube videos? However, today, I'm flipping that question around. Instead of saying, why do I make YouTube videos? I'm going to show you how I make YouTube videos. I actually get asked this all the time, especially as the channel continues to grow. So I figure it's a new year. I'll show you my creative process. So it all starts with this peach stress ball right here. This is a very important aspect of my creative process. You can really just squeeze it all day long, let that stress flow out of you. And this is usually what I do when I start my first item every day of my schedule, which is to work on a list of video topics. And this list is ever growing. I'm actually not going to show it to you right now because I don't want to spoil my upcoming content, but I just have a Word doc on the computer here that lists basically everything I have planned to make for the next, 30 days or so. And every morning I try to spend about a half hour or so squeezing the stress ball here and adding items to that list that I think will work. Then I scroll through that list and figure out what video I'm going to make for the day. This usually takes about a half hour as well. I have to factor in a whole bunch of different parameters, I guess we'll call them, that I'll go over with you in just a minute. But let's say here that for the purposes of today's video, we wanted to make a video with the Sonicware sample track, okay? So now I suppose it's a pretty good time to go over the three main stations of my studio. Technically right now I have four because I have the MPC-1 set up as well over here, but that's more for me personally right now than it is for anything else. So first we've got station 1 here. Obviously this is the computer. I've got my Keylab, my Arturia Keylab Essential 61 here. I've got my Behringer Model D, which is typically wired up. I was doing some cleaning, so it's not attached right now to anything. I've got my Roland E4 voice tweaker over here. That's also usually wired up to work with. And just got some other stuff. But yeah, I've got a cheap little keyboard and mouse. I need to upgrade those. For speakers, I just have a pair of these Bose computer speakers. A lot of folks ask if I use monitors. No, I use headphones for all of my audio work. These are the Audio-Technica AT-M30Xs, I think. Pretty solid headphones, less than $100 US. Really recommend them. They sound great. Also, not really a station, but I do have this storage shelf here that has all my pocket operators, my OP1, and Scooby-Doo. So that's all of Area 1 here. Area 2 is the gear shelf, and most importantly, the mixer. So my gear shelf, I got my various pieces of gear set up there. A couple of these Bluetooth microphones that I've gone over that I'm borrowing from Zounds. You're actually hearing one of these right now. I'm wearing it and recording the audio for this video with it. So this is my mixer. This is the Zoom LiveTrack L12. I've got several videos about this here on the channel that go over it more in depth, but this is my mixer and audio interface for basically everything here at the channel. Everything going into this is as follows. This is the left and right input for the MPC-1. This is the input for my main microphone, which right now is over here in Area 3. It's an Audio-Technica AT2035, I want to say. Inputs 9 and 10 here are the two 1/4-inch leads that I use for all the main 1/4-inch requiring audio on the channel. And then inputs 11 and 12 here are two 1/4-inch inputs that are ran down to 1/8 inch, thanks to a couple adapters, and those actually run into this adapter here that turns them into one single 1/8 inch cable. Sneak peek of area 3, here's those 1/4 inch leads from inputs 9 and 10. In the output section, I've got output A going as a stereo pair of 1/4 inch outs into the inputs on the MPC-1 so I can sample from the live track. Output B here simply just goes to my headphones, and output E goes to my speakers. And then the rest of the shelf is for storing gear, not too exciting. Let's go over now to area 3. So this is the main filming desk. This is my overhead rig. It is basically a drum stand. It's kind of messy back there. It is a drum stand that I've attached this tripod arm to, and my camera is attached to it. This is a Panasonic something, I can't remember what. And I do actually have an always-on battery attachment there, so it actually goes into the battery slot and follows this cable and plugs into the wall. Very handy for making YouTube content. This is my microphone here. Like I showed you, it just swings in on this arm when it's time to record. This is basically all I have for lighting. It is not very great. The lighting in my videos is something I really hope to improve this year. So when it's time to film, I turn off the lights in the studio, and I have this little wireless switch down here that turns this light on, and then we can see the sample track there in the monitor on the main camera. Just like that. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to leave the main lights on though. So those are the 3 main areas of the studio. Let's actually go over the filming process now. So I figure out how I need to power any of my gear, which I have basically all of my power requirements right here clipped in on the side of the desk with that nasty hub of wires there being really everything. I like having it on this little stand. I have easy access to it all, which is great. If the device I'm filming with needs power, I can just grab it right from here and plug it in. Super easy. Same with audio. If I'm filming with something that needs an 1/8 inch jack, I just pull this and plug it in there. Or if I need 1/4 inch jacks, I just pull them off of this and plug them in. Then I take an SD card and I plug it into the back of my LiveTrack L12. One cool thing about the LiveTrack L12 is not only is it an audio interface and mixer, it's also a recorder. So I can simply arm the tracks that I wish to record, and they will record right to an SD card. So in this case, I record channel 8, which is my main microphone, and I record channels 11 and 12, which are this jack plugged into the sample track. I then click record on the camera and give one big clap so that when I'm editing, I can sync up this microphone here, the audio, with the footage from the camera. Then I proceed to film a Freebeat video and go over my script. Sometimes I'll have either my phone or Lady Freebeat's iPad right here if I do have script notes that I need to follow. But yeah, basically then I just film the video. You know, I do the hands thing and do the talking and do the playing and all that. And yeah, then when I'm done, I click record again on the camera to stop filming, and I click stop on the LiveTrack L12. And then after I have stopped recording on both the camera and the LiveTrack, I go ahead and unplug my audio and put that away. Then I look up at the camera here and I think about the title of the video and how I want to take the thumbnail. So it's either usually like this with text on the side here, or I'll pull out even more and it'll be like down here with text along the top of the screen, like that. So then I will briefly film a second shot here for my thumbnail. Let's just pretend here. So boop, click it on to film. I don't really take a picture, I just take a screen grab from a video. It's easier, I can do it all in my editing software. And yeah, then I take the camera off the tripod or off the overhead rig, and I take the SD card out. Take the SD card out of the LiveTrack L12, put the SD card into my computer, and then I make a folder for the day's video. As you can see, I just go like this here. Here's today's 02/03/23. Then I pull up Premiere, which is my editing software, Adobe Premiere Pro. I put all the footage into it and I start working on my timeline down here. The editing process really isn't too crazy. I just sync everything up at the beginning with that clap, And from there, I just go ahead and edit. Pretty normal process, I think. I do a little audio adjustment just using some of the default Premiere tools, the automatic click remover, a little bit of denoise, and then a compressor and a limiter, both on my vocal track, which is usually track 1, and then on track 2 as well, where I'll usually have either some background music or the audio from whatever piece of gear I'm using. By the way, the video I'm editing right now is the first half of the video that you're watching right now. But yeah, that's basically it. I go through, I edit the video. I've got like my intro, my little producer's card, which looks like that, the outro text, and then the outro music. I edit everything, put it together, export the video, and then go ahead and upload it to YouTube. And that's my workflow. That's how I do it. The workflow itself is fairly simple. I feel like I've got it down to where I could probably do it in my sleep. I am always looking for ways to improve my videos though. Video quality is something I'm always kind of self-conscious about, and while I don't prioritize it, it is something I'd like to work on. I mentioned like the lighting and stuff like that. I'm pretty happy with the audio in my videos, but I would like to get the lighting better and especially better thumbnails. Speaking of thumbnails, I will go ahead and drag the thumbnail video onto my timeline, and then I'll find, let's just pretend here that, where's the sample track? Let's just pretend that was my thumbnail. I could just go ahead and click this button right here. That would export it as a picture. Then I would open it up in Photoshop and doctor it up from there. And that's really it. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in a comment below, but I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, a dislike is totally okay as well. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.